because my role was a regional role. So I was going from country to country and helping with the biggest opportunities. So I was kind of like the guy you wheel in to try and help you close your biggest deal.
Amazing.
And that's really interesting, because what happens when you do that is you get a really good perspective on the skill level of your sales guys, because they do the introduction, and then they introduce you in and they tell you about the opportunity. And this is where you start to see some of the very common problems that salespeople have. And I had also managed sales teams in Schlumberger as well. And the typical issue that salespeople have, and we all do this, like you and me, we still do this. It's not like I want to pretend I'm the fabulous guy, but we want to talk about our product and service too early. We don't connect first, I was going to say, like, you see all those books behind me. Most of them are sales books, and
Yes.
90% of them.
I love that, by the way. It looks so awesome, that backdrop.
Yeah, there's 7 stories there. 90% of those books are about one of two things. They're either about questioning skills or they're about motivation. So the motivation books are, grit, determination, get out there. And we need a bit of that, right? The questioning skills are really important, but there's a missing element. If I ask you an in-depth question, Brandon, you are not likely to give me a very open answer if you don't know who I am and you don't really trust me.
Yep.
And salespeople, when they turn up, I have to tell your listeners that when you turn up for your first meeting, I'm sorry, guys, but you are not trusted. Unless you got the world's best referral. And even then, you're not really that trusted. You're a sales guy. And you ask your fancy duper questions from your questioning book, and you don't get very good answers because you missed a step. And that step is, I got to get trusted first. And that's what these stories, the hook stories, the first 3 stories are doing. I'm telling you my personal story, and your listeners are starting to get to understand who Mike is, right? And he maybe knows something, right? Maybe.
Yep.
So the objective of the connection stories, which is your company story, your personal story, and your key staff story, which we'll get onto in a sec, that's the story about someone else in your company that your client needs to know about. And when you tell that story, they start to trust them before they even meet them. It's really important.